What is up? Another recorded video from Snorlord OG. So, the title of this video is called Dragonfear. Now, every Saturday morning, my wife and I have this routine when I'm home. What we'll do is, we'll have coffee and we'll have these discussions. We have pretty deep discussions. And we were talking about, well, first of all, I was inspired by this book, The Hacking of the American Mind by Dr. Robert Lustig. I'll put a link in the description of this book. It's a great book because if you're struggling with anything, whether it be addiction, depression, mental illness, physical illness, any of those things, it's a great thing to sit there and go, maybe this, maybe there's the root. Because face it, doctors don't fix, they don't cure, they don't go to the root to fix your ailments. They just treat the ailments, right? More on that later. Anyways, he talks about the chemicals in the brain and how they react to certain things. And so where the title comes from, okay, bear with me here. I know I'm kind of all over the place, and I was explaining this to my wife that I'm not great at explaining things. There's a book series called Dragonlance, right? And it's the first series, and they talk about this, that it's a fantasy novel thing. It's one of the few fantasy things like that in Lord of the Rings. That's about it. That's all about. That's the only thing I've read, really. I don't really get into fantasy books too much. But anyways, in that series of books, there are bad dragons, there are good dragons. Well, the bad dragons have this power. They're magicians, right? And they have this power to create Dragonfear. And what Dragonfear is what it does is when they're flying overhead, they want everybody to freak out. They want everybody to get in panic mode, and they want them frozen. Like, they want them emotionally frozen. Like, they can't run for their life. They can't put two thoughts together to get out of the situation. And I bring that up because with all the news headlines and all the YouTube channels and all the Facebook posts and all the TikToks, and by the way, get rid of TikTok, and all the other social media outlets, fear sells, right? You have all these prepper channels that tell you that the world's going to end, that you're screwed if you live in the city, blah, blah, blah. And you have all these, financial doom and gloom channels that will tell you that we're on the brink of collapse. And we've got, other channels that say that we're about to go to, look, all kinds of things. And you even have headlines that say, oh, there's an asteroid that could destroy the earth that's going close by. And you read, and it's advertised in some dude's book at the very end. And then at the very last sentence of the article, it says, oh, the odds of this are having are 0.000000000.09, one of those numbers, right? Like in 3 million years, it could happen, right? Kind of like SHIB, those kind of numbers of the odds of you making it, anyways. That headline was designed to draw you in. Oh, let's see if the earth is about to get crushed, that kind of thing. Because it sells clicks, it sells views, right? And so what happens is we're in this constant state of concern. We're in this constant state of fear. Think about, there are videos out there of people in their late teens, early 20s that are working regular jobs and they just lose it. Like there's this famous video of this young kid who was working this hotel desk, and he just absolutely loses it, breaks the computer because this guy was complaining to him. And then you see all the fast food videos where people are trying to get fast food, and either the worker or the customer is losing their mind because some one little thing wrong. Now, I have experience of being in a burning building. I've been through that. A restaurant I was working at, you know, it actually burned. Like, I was the first one to find the fire. And by the time I was trying to put the fire out, everybody's like, get out. And by the time we got out, the fireman later said, man, you got lucky when you got out because this ceiling was about to collapse on you. And I remember there was one waitress that literally freaked out. She panicked. And that's what fear does, is it makes you panic. And so if you're in a, if you're ever in a burning building, beware of the people that are literally losing their mind. They can't think straight. They can't run straight. They're on like some reflexive motion, and they could potentially take you down, just like drowning victims, right? You try to rescue somebody that's drowning, they could take you down with them. It's a panic point. In the trucking world, we've seen that panic point of drivers just, running over something because they don't know what else to do, and they're panicking because they're freaked out, So we don't handle stress anymore. The younger generation doesn't handle stress anymore. The Karens don't handle stress anymore. And you have to wonder where that comes from. And we're constantly inundated with this fear. And so what happens is that, think about, if you have someone that's over emotional, they are easily manipulated. And I think that's well, I won't get into what I want to say on that part, but emotional people are easily manipulated. So if you're a manipulative person, then you love emotional people. I mean, people get on social media and they'll do silly things. Like, you got people that will, like, hey, dare me to eat all this food. And you have people that will play off their emotions for entertainment. They'll manipulate their emotions and get them angry or get them sad or get them, upset on purpose for their entertainment. But what the book, The Hacking of the American Mind, kind of taps into is that that's what makes money, right? It's the cortisol that creates, the stress hormone that's constantly in our system, because you're online and you got your face glued to your phone and you see this headline after headline. Oh, the earth is going to die. The people are rioting. The people are protesting. The government's doing this. Government's doing that. The economy's doing this. China's doing that. This country is doing this. This country's doing that. And while there are possibilities that all these things are happening for real, like, in other words, maybe we are on the brink of war. Maybe we are on the brink of economic collapse. Maybe we are on the brink of some devastating asteroid. There's really not much you can do to change that. And so that fear drives sales. It drives clicks. It drives you to overspend, overeat, overdrink. It creates the need for dopamine. I remember, one of the reasons why I got up to 400 pounds is because I was running this trucking business poorly, and I would emotionally shut down, where all I would do is I want my Popeyes chicken and Netflix, and I would just forget that the world existed. That was a dopamine release. And you have to realize that we're all being manipulated through our emotions. I mean, look how divided the country is. You can't even like have a pleasant conversation about politics or anything else, And because, I mean, granted, politics have always been a root of divide, but not to the level that it is now, And I think that after the vid, it got worse because we were all shut in and we were all just watching the TV and watching the internet, you know, and getting this fear thrown down our throats. And that fear allows people to be controlled, to be manipulated, to be told what to do. Just like Dragonfear in the books. These dragons use that power to basically have free reign over the populace that they were attacking, because you were frozen in fear and you were panicking. Now, we don't want to become an emotionless society. But at the same time, if you can keep calm and keep cool and have faith with whatever deity you might worship to bring a sense of rest, to bring a sense of calmness, to bring a sense of peace, it'll be one up on all the people that are panicking, trying to run you over as they're panicking to flee the burning building. Another one of these things that make you go, That's just my thoughts for today. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up icon and please like and subscribe, because I'm trying to build this channel. And I know that the trucking stuff can be boring. So we're diving into the other stuff that because look, I'm not just into the trucking world. I have other aspects too. So anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.